Good morning everybody, and today I will tell you about coordinate geometry. And in some universities, both in physics and mathematics, coordinate geometry is very important. And for physics, one or more questions are coming, but in mathematics they are facing 3 to 4 questions in coordinate geometry. So I will tell you some concepts about coordinate geometry, and then I will tell you some formulas, and in the description I will give you some questions, and you will do those questions from the description. Okay, let us start here. The general equation of straight line is ax plus by plus c equal to 0. The general equation of straight line is ax plus by plus c equal to 0. That means first degree equation in x and y. First degree equation in x and y represents the equation of a straight line. Okay, every first degree in xy, but in xyz it will represent the equation of a plane. Okay, see here. And number 1, what is the equation of x-axis? That is y is equal to 0. And what is the equation of, this is the equation of x-axis. And what is the equation of y-axis? X is equal to 0. And number 3, any equation, see here, this is x-axis and this is y-axis, and this is a point alpha beta whose coordinate is alpha beta, and any equation passing through alpha beta and parallel to x-axis is y is equal to beta, y is equal to beta, because the y coordinate will be beta, this coordinate is beta. So in this case it is y is equal to beta. Okay, and any equation, any line, the equation of any line passing through alpha beta and parallel to y-axis is x is equal to alpha, because this point is alpha. Okay, now what is the equation of the straight line in intercept form? X by a plus y by b equal to 1. And this is like this. This is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this is the equation, and this one is x-intercept a, and this one is y-intercept b. X by a plus y by b equal to 1. Here a is the x-intercept and b is the y-intercept. Okay, this length is called x-intercept, this length is called y-intercept. That means this coordinate will be a0 and this coordinate will be 0b. Now, what is slope-intercept form? Slope-intercept form is y is equal to mx plus c. And here, this c is called the y-intercept. Okay, m is the slope. So, if this is theta, then tan theta is equal to slope. M is equal to tan theta. Okay, and this one is y-intercept. That is c. Okay, next we have your normal form. Now, first of all, see here, what is the meaning of slope? Here, if the line L makes an angle theta with the positive direction of x-axis, then slope is equal to m is equal to slope is equal to tan theta. Okay, that means the slope of x-axis is 0 and the slope of y-axis is infinity. Infinity means 1 by 0. While solving the problem, you should take 1 by 0, because tan 0 is, if a line is parallel to x-axis, then slope will be 0, and if a line is parallel to x or y-axis itself, this is 90 degrees, so tan 90 is equal to infinity. Okay, now what is the slope of line segment joining x1 y1 and x2 y2? The slope is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. That means difference between the ordinates divided by difference between the abscissions. y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Also you can take y1 minus y2 divided by x1 minus x2. Okay. Now, see here. Your slope is equal to m is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, and slope intercept form is y is equal to mx plus c. Okay, now what is the slope point form? Slope point form. Slope is m and point is x1, y1. And slope point form is y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. Simply this is nothing but m is equal to y2 minus y1 is equal to x2 minus x1. But in place of y2 and y1 we are taking x and y and x. So m is equal to y minus y1 divided by x minus x1. I am cross multiplying, so y minus y1 is m into x minus x1. This is slope intercept form, slope point form. And 2.4. 2.4 is there will be 2 points x1 y1 and x2 y2. Using this formula, I am writing y minus y2 or y minus y1, anything you can take. y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. Here the point is taken as x1 y1 and the slope is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Here in place of slope I am writing y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, and in place of points I am taking x1 y1. Also you can take x2 y2. Same answer will be obtained. Okay. And now let us see the normal form. This is the line and this is the origin and the perpendicular distance. From the origin upon the line is P and the angle of inclination of the normal is alpha. So the equation of this line will be x cos alpha plus y sin alpha is equal to P. X cos alpha plus y sin alpha is equal to P. This is the normal form of this equation of the line. Is the equation of this line. And where P is the length of the normal from the origin upon the line and alpha is the angle of inclination of the normal. Now see here, the general equation is ax plus by plus c equal to 0. And if you see here the x intercept is equal to minus c by a, and y intercept is equal to minus c by b. How? I am writing like this. See here, ax plus by is equal to minus c. I am taking c to right hand side and divide c. I can write minus c by a plus y by minus c by b equal to 1. And comparing with the intercept form, x by a plus y by b equal to 1. So this is the x intercept, this is the y intercept. Minus c by a and minus c by b. This is the x intercept, y intercept. And what is slope? Slope is equal to minus a by b. And how I am writing this one? See here. I am writing this equation as by is equal to minus ax minus c. So y is equal to minus a by b into x plus minus c by b. And compare with y to mx plus c. So in place of c, I am writing minus c by b. And what is c? Y intercept. So y intercept is minus c by b. I have written here. And in place of m, I have written minus a by b. So this is the slope, minus a by b. Okay. So if the equation is in the form ax plus b plus c equals 0, so here x intercept is minus c by a, y intercept is minus c by b, and slope is minus a by b, not b by a, it is a by b. And now see here, I am taking two lines, a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0, and a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. And under what condition these two lines are said to be parallel? These two lines will be perpendicular, and these two lines are said to be equivalent or coincident. Okay, see here, for parallel case, these two lines will be parallel if their slopes are equal. And what is the slope of first line? Minus a1 by b1 minus a1 by b1, and the slope of second line is minus a2 by b2. So cancel out minus minus. So I can write a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2. So this is the condition. a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2, but unequal to c1 by c2. I'll tell you why I am taking unequal to c1 by c2. For a parallel case, a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by 2 is unequal to c1 by c2. a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is unequal to c1 by c2. This is the parallel case. And now perpendicular case. Perpendicular case for the slope of two lines will be, if the slopes of two lines are m1 and m2, then the product will be minus 1. If the two lines are perpendicular to each other, then the product of the slopes will be equal to minus 1. That means minus a1 by b1 into minus a2 by b2 is equal to minus 1. That means minus 1 is plus, and a1 a2 is equal to minus b1 b2. So it implies a1 a2 plus b1 b2 is equal to 0. This is the equal condition. a1 a2 plus b1 b2 must be equal to 0 for the two lines to be perpendicular. Okay. And the third case, this is coincident. or equivalent. That means, see here, first case I have written parallel. Here, the two lines are said to be parallel. This is the case of parallel. And coincident means one line will coincide with the other line. This is the third case, coincident or equivalent. One line will coincide with the other line. Also, it is the case of parallel case also. You can say this is a parallel. But this is the case I am writing in equation 1. If first line coincides with the second line, then this will be the third case. And in the third case, it will be A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2. This is the condition for coincident or equivalent. That means for parallel A1 by 2 is equal to B1 by B2 but unequal to C1 by C2, and for perpendicular A1 by A2 plus B1 by B2 is equal to 0, and for coincident A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2. Now see here. This is line L1 and this is line L2, and if theta is the angle between the two lines, then what is the formula for tan theta? Then tan theta is equal to M1 minus M2 by 1 plus M1 M2. Mod, you are taking mod. That means theta is taken as acute angle. And if there is no restriction for acute angle, then you can remove the mod. That means it will become either positive or negative. For acute you will take positive, and for obtuse you will take negative. And in this case, theta is equal to tan inverse this one. This is the angle between the two lines whose slopes are M1 and M2. And if the two lines are parallel, L1 and L2, then M1 is equal to M2. How? Parallel means theta is equal to 0. So theta is equal to 0 means tan 0 is 0. So this one by this one, P by Q will be 0 if P is 0. P by Q will be equal to 0 if P is 0. That means this by this is equal to 0. So numerator will be 0. So that means M1 is equal to M2. Second case, if theta is equal to, this is the case of parallel. And for perpendicular case, see here, the two lines are perpendicular, that means theta is equal to 90 degree. So tan 90 is infinity. Infinity means 1 by 0. So 1 by 0 is equal to M1 minus M2 divided by 1 plus M1 M2. That means 1 plus M1 M2. 1 plus M1 M2 is equal to 0. So M1 M2 is equal to minus 1. So this is the case of perpendicular. And this is the case of parallel. For parallel, the slopes will be equal, and for perpendicular, M1 M2 is equal to minus 1. That means, see here, if the two lines are perpendicular, and if slope of one line is n, and the slope of other line will be minus 1 by n, that means the product will be equal to minus 1. Okay. See here, I am telling you the area of a triangle. If x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3 are 3 coordinates of a triangle, then area is equal to 1 by 2. x1 minus x3, x1 minus x3, then x2 minus x3, x1 minus x3, x2 minus x3, then y1 minus y3, y2 minus y3. Okay, and another way I will tell you, anything you can take like this. I am taking x3, y3 as the base. So x1 minus x3, x2 minus x3, then y1 minus y3, y2 minus y3. Also you can take this one as base, this one as the base. Similarly you can obtain. See here, this is the area of a quadrilateral. x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3, x4, y4 are the coordinates of the quadrilateral. Then area is equal to 1 by 2. x1 minus x3, x1 minus x3, x2 minus x4, y1 minus y3, y2 minus y4. But a common formula I am telling you. For a quadrilateral or polygon or triangle, anything, directly you can get. Area is equal to 1 by 2 x1 y1, x2 y2, x3 y3, x4 y4, x5 y5. Then x1 y1. x1 y1, this is x2 y2, this is x3 y3, and x4 y4, x5 y5. And I am starting from this one. x1 y1, half will be there. x1 y1, I have written x1 y1, then x2 y2, then x3 y3, x4 y4, x5 y5, then come to the initial x1 y1. So what is the formula here actually? How to calculate it? Is equal to 1 by 2. I will give an example. I will tell you. Finally, I will give you the example. This one. Take this 2. determinant of these two, x1 y2 minus x2 y1, x1 y2 minus x2 y1, plus leave the first row, then come this one, x2 y3 minus x2 y3, x3 y2, then leave second row, then come this one, it will be x3 y4 minus x4 y3, then leave with this row, then plus x4 y5 minus x5 y4, then leave this one, then plus x5 y1 minus x1 y5. So this is the formula, and this will be better. Very quickly you will get area. For example, I am giving you an example. Now I am giving you an example here. So area is equal to 1 by 2. Write it. I am starting from 1 2, 1 2, 2 3, 5 1, minus 3 2, then 1 2. Okay, directly done. 1 by 2. This 2. 3 minus 4. 3 minus 4. This is minus 1. Then this one. 2 minus 15. 2 minus 15. This is minus 2 minus 5 3 is 15. So it will be minus 13. Again 10 plus 3 13. So minus 13 plus 13 cancel out. So minus 1 will do, and area cannot be negative. So it will be 1 by 2. So this is the answer. So remain minus 6 minus 2. It will be minus 8. So it will be, and so it will be minus 1 minus 8 minus 9. So minus 9 by 2. Oh, it will be 9 by 2. You should take its magnitude. Okay. First this one, 3 minus 4 minus 1. Then 2 minus 15 is minus 13. Then 10 minus plus 3. 10 plus 3 is 13. Then minus 6 minus 2. It is minus 7. Okay. See here. If a right angle is given, then what is the circumcenter? The circumcenter will be the midpoint of the hypotenuse. Simply find out the midpoints of the hypotenuse. That means see here, the coordinates triangle is 0 0, 2 0, and 0 3. And you want to find out the circumcenter of this triangle, whose vertices are 0 0, 2 0, and 0 3. See here, this is 0 0, and this is 2 0, and this is 0 3. Join this one. So this is a right angle triangle. And my formula is midpoint of the hypotenuse. So this is the hypotenuse. And you want to find out the midpoint. And what is the midpoint? How to find out the midpoint? X1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2. So 0 plus 2 by 2. 0 plus 2 is 2, 2 by 2 is 1. And 3 plus 0 by 2. So 3 by 2. So it will be 1, 3 by 2. This is the circumcenter of this triangle. If a right angle triangle is given, see here, then the orthocenter will be the right angle. And then the right angle A, here A is the right angle, so A is the orthocenter. For example, same question I am giving you, 0 0, 2 0, and 0 3. So what is the orthocenter? This one is 2 0, this one is 0 3, and this one is 0 0. So the orthocenter is this one, origin. Origin is the orthocenter. And now you want to find out the ratio in which x-axis divides the line segment and y-axis divides the line segment. For example, see here, x1 y1 and x2 y2. In which ratio x-axis divides the line segment joining x1 y1 and x2 y2. x1 y1 and x2 y2. So x-axis divides in the ratio minus y1 is to y2, and y-axis divides in the ratio minus x1 is to x2. And if negative sign is there, then it divides externally, and positive sign is there. If positive sign is there, then it divides internally. I am giving you an example. See here, the line segment is there 1 2 minus 3 5, and the x-axis divides the line segment joining 1 2 and minus 3 5 in the ratio minus y1 is to y2, y1 is to 5. So that means we can get 2 is to 5 externally. And y-axis divides in the ratio minus x1 is to x2 minus x1 is 1 is 2, x2 is minus 3. So minus 1 is cancelled, 1 is to 3. So 1 is to 3, the ratio is positive, so it divides internally. And question is that what is internal and what is external? See here. If the line intersects this one at this point in between A and B, then it is said to be that this line divides AB in the ratio M is to N or P is to Q internally. And if it will divide at this point outside A and B, then you can say externally. It divides externally. See here. This is a parallelogram. Either parallelogram or rectangle or square. If three coordinates are given, or three vertices are given A, B, C. So how to find out D? So D is equal to A plus C minus B. A plus C minus B. A plus C minus B. That means if this is x1, y1, this is x2, y2, this is x3, y3, and D, the coordinates of D is xy. So then x is equal to x1 plus x3 minus x2. x1 plus x3 minus x2. And y is equal to y1 plus y3 minus y2. y1 plus y3 minus y2. So this is the formula to find the fourth coordinate of a parallelogram or rectangle or square. If ABC is any triangle and DEF at the midpoints of the sides BC, CA and AB respectively, and if ABC are given, or if ABC are given, then you can find out DEF midpoint, and if DEF are given, so how to find out ABC? If the midpoints are given, so how to find out the coordinates of ABC? According to normal process, you will get 6 equations. And solving these 6 equations, you will get x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3. Okay, but I am writing directly. So D is equal to A is equal to, you want to find out ABC. A is equal to this plus this minus this one. A plus E minus D. And D is equal to how much? D plus F minus E. E plus F minus E. And how to find out C? C is equal to D plus E minus F. D plus E minus F. That means if x1, y1, this one is x1, y1, and this one x2, y2, this one is x3, y3. So what will be the x coordinate of A? x1 plus x3 minus x2. And what will be the y coordinate of A? y1 plus y3 minus y2. And what will be the x coordinate of B? x1 plus x2 minus x3. And y coordinate of B will be y1 plus y2 minus y3. And the x coordinate of C will be x2 plus x3 minus y1. And the y coordinate will be y2 plus y3 minus y1. Okay. See here. This equation of this line is ax plus b plus c equals 0. And this is x axis, y axis. And you have to find out this area. So what is the area? Bounded by x plus b plus c equals 0 with the coordinate axis. And this is a right angle triangle. And the formula for right angle triangle is area of the formula half base into height. So half base into height. Here base is the x-intercept. And what is the x-intercept? Minus c by a. And what is y-intercept? This is y-intercept. So minus c by b. So it will be minus 1 plus c square by twice of b. So you should take its mod. Either here take mod or all total you can take its mod. Because here c square is positive, 2 is positive, so I am taking mod of ab. Directly you can write c here. If the equation is 2x plus 3y plus 4 equal to 0. So this area is equal to c square. C square means 16 by twice of AB. A into B means 6. So this is the answer. See here, very interesting formula I am telling you. Here, this is a triangle and whose sides are given. Equation of the 3 sides are given, not vertices. And in plus 2, you know that you have to solve these 2 equations in order to get this vertex. You have to solve these 2 equations to get this vertex, and you have to solve these 2 equations in order to get this vertex. Then apply the formula. But without solving, what it says, how to find out the area of the triangle. This is the formula. 1 by 2 summation of C1 minus C2 whole square divided by M1 minus M2. That means I can write like this. So, open the summation C1 minus C2. In cyclical you should write M1 minus M2 plus C2 minus C3 whole square divided by M2 minus M3 plus C3 minus C1 whole square divided by M3 minus M1 more. This is the formula. C1 minus C2 whole square divided by M1 minus M2 plus C2 minus C3 whole square by M2 minus M3 plus C3 minus C1 whole square divided by M3 minus M1. And you want to find out the, for example, if this equation is in this form, 2x plus 3y plus 4 equal 0, and only your requirement is slope and y-intercept. Slope and y-intercept. C and M. Here slope is minus 2 by 3 and M is, the slope is this one and y-intercept is minus C by D minus 4 by 3. So you have to find out these two things for these three equations and put the formula here. And how to find out the perpendicular distance of a point from a straight line. The straight line is x plus y plus c equals 0 and the point is x0 y0. And p is the perpendicular distance from this from the point x0 y0 to this point. So here p is equal to, already you have known, a x0, simply put x0 y0 in place of x and y plus b y0 plus c. Since you are determining the perpendicular distance, so you should take it small, divided by a square plus b square root over. That means square of the coefficient of x plus square of the coefficient of y, and take the root over of this one. Okay, see an example. 2x plus 3y plus 1 equal 0 and the point is 1, 2. So what is the length of the perpendicular? Here p is equal to, put x is equal to 1. So 2 1 is 2 plus 3 into 2 is 6 plus 1. So take it small, divided by 2 square is 4 and 3 square is 9. So simplify this one, you get the answer. Now see here, ax plus by plus c1 equal to ax plus by plus c2 is equal to c1 c2, not a1 a2 b1 b2. Ax plus by ab ab. That means these two lines are parallel because slope of this line is minus a by b and slope of this line is also minus a by b. So these two lines are parallel. So how to find out the perpendicular distance between these two parallel lines? So the formula is p is equal to c1 minus c2 mod divided by a square plus b square root over. This is the formula. See here, I am giving an example. So here, how to apply this formula? 2x plus 3y plus 1 equal to 0, 4x plus 6y plus 8 equal to 0. But here, a, b, they are same. But here 2, 3, but here it is 4, 6. Either divide by 2 here or multiply 2. If you multiply 2 here, it will be better. So I am multiplying 2 here. 4x plus 6y plus 2 equal to 0. So 4, 6, 4, 6. Now apply the formula. C1 minus C2 mod. P is equal to this distance. P is equal to C1 minus C2. So I am writing 8 minus 2 mod divided by a square plus b square root over. 4 square is 16 and 6 square is 36 root over. Here, how to find out the foot of the perpendicular drawn from x1 y1 upon this line? That means here this one is point A and this one is point P. P is the foot of the perpendicular drawn from x1 y1 upon this line, and you have to find out the coordinates of the point P. Let the coordinates of point P will be hk. So this is the required formula. X minus h minus x1 divided by a joule k minus y1 divided by e joule minus of ax1 plus by1 plus c divided by a square plus b square. Ax1 plus by1 plus c divided by a square plus b square. And if you equate these two, then you will get the value of h. And if you equate these two, then you will get the value of k. See here, I am giving an example. This equation is 2x plus 3y plus 1 equal to 0, and this point is 0, 1. So how to find out the coordinate of this one? Let the coordinate of this one be hk. So according to this formula, h minus x1, x1 y1, x1 is 0, divided by a is 2, is equal to k minus y1. Here, k minus y1 is 1 divided by d is 3 equal to minus ax1 plus by1 plus c. Let me put x1 y1 in this equation. So 0 1. This is 0. This is 1. 3 plus 1. It is 4. So divided by a square plus b square. A square plus b square. So 2 square is 4. 3 square is 9. 9 plus 4 is 13. So now solving this to x by 2. See here. X by 2 is equal to minus 4 by 13. So you can find out the value of x. Simply k minus 1 by 3 is equal to this one. So you can find out the value of k. Okay. Now how to find out the image or reflection of a point about an x, about a straight line. Here the straight line is x plus y plus c equal 0. And the point is x1, y1. And the image or reflection of this point about this straight line will be on this side, on the opposite side. And that means this distance, AB distance will be equal to BP distance. According to rule of reflection. Okay. So this distance must be equal to BP. So you want to find out the coordinate of HK. And the formula is this one. Same formula and multiplying only 2. Previous formula and this formula is same. Only here it is 2 will be there. So apply this formula, you will get the value of H and K. And what is H and K? It is the reflection of this point x1, y1 about this equation. X plus y plus c equal to 0. Now how to find out the area of a rhombus? See here. In rhombus, the opposite sides are parallel to each other. That means the slope of this line, see, I am taking x plus y plus c equal to 0, here x plus y minus c equal to 0. Here the slope is minus a by b, here also the slope is minus a by b. That means these two lines are parallel to each other. Here x minus by plus c equal to 0. Here x minus by minus c equal to 0. Here the slope is a by b, here the slope is a by b. That means these two lines are parallel to each other. Okay. And see here, what is the area of this rhombus? So the formula is area is equal to 2c square by root over modulus of AB. You should take, area is always positive, so you should take its modulus. What is C? Here C here. Constant term. Square of this constant term and A and B. In every case the A and B, only sign changes. But here A, in all the four cases the coefficient of x is A, and in all the four cases the coefficient of y is modulus. If you take the modulus of y to y, then coefficient of y it will be b. So a into b. That means it will be 2x plus 3y plus 5 equal to 0. This one. Then here a will be equal to 2 and b equal to 3 and c equal to 5. So directly put this formula. See here. What is your right angle isosceles triangle? Right angle isosceles triangle means one of the angles should be right angle and the two sides should be equal. Isosceles triangle. That means two sides will be equal. So here, this one is hypotenuse. So I am taking the hypotenuse. Here hypotenuse is given x1, y1, and you have to draw the right angle isosceles triangle. First of all. So either this one like this, or you can draw like this. There will be two cases. Here the two sides are equal. Here also the two sides are equal, and this angle is 90 degree. This angle is also 90 degree. So there will be two cases, two vertices. If the hypotenuse will be given, then in order to find the vertices of a right angle isosceles triangle, there will be two vertices. Either it will be upward direction or it will be in the downward direction. See here. Here the formula is x1 plus x2 plus y1 minus y2 divided by 2. And while taking plus sign here, you should take here minus sign. y1 plus y2 minus x1 minus x2 divided by 2. And the second case will be x1 plus x2 minus y1 minus y2 divided by 2. And while taking the minus sign here, you should take its plus sign here. So y1 plus y2 plus x1 minus x2 divided by 2. Here it is x1 plus x2, here it is y1 plus y2. Here it is y1 minus y2, here it is x1 minus x2. Opposite signs here. X, y, y, x. You are taking. And if you take middle one is positive, it will take a minus sign here. If you take negative sign here, it will take positive sign here. So first the coordinate will be this one, another will be this one. Okay. See here, what is equilateral triangle? Equilateral triangle is a triangle in which all the three sides are same. So two vertices are given, x1, y1, x2, y2. And you have to find out the coordinate of the third vertex. So third vertex will be in the upward side or in the downward side. Okay. And same procedure, simply multiply root 3 here and multiply root 3 here. That is x1 plus x2 plus root 3 into y1 minus y2 divided by 2, y1 plus y2 minus root 3 into x1 minus x2 divided by 2. Or the another vertex will be x1 plus x2 minus root 3 into y1 minus y2, y1 plus y2 plus root 3 into x1 minus x2 divided by 2. Okay, in this way you can find out the vertex of the third vertex of the equilateral triangle in which two vertices are given. See here, I have given all these formulas and some questions I will give you in the description. And you will do the questions, rather there will be no doubt. And very important factor is time factor. First of all, remember the formulas and then try to do these problems. You should apply directly the formulas. Okay, and today I will give some other formulas and you should remember for my next class. First of all, that will be better for you. Okay.